in 1922, May 19, that is when Bhagavan's mother left the body, and then that night, 19th night, what all these people, according or based on the advice of Bhagavan, all of them sat together that night when Bhagavan's mother's mortal remains were there. They had it in front, and they were all chanting Tirruvachakam, a composition of Saint Manikavachakam. It's one of the, in Tamil, I'll just give a brief introduction for a quick understanding for all the people who do not know what Tirruvachakam is, or the entire how the Saivite literature system in Tamil Nadu, in Tamil country is organized. Okay, so how it is there are they are called as all these collection compilation is called as Tirumurai, which means Tiru means holy, Murai means method, holy method. We can roughly translate it to holy method, Tirumurai. And there are many. The most important part of Tirumurai is made of the songs called Thevaram. Thevaram, which means garland strung in form of words to the Lord, to Lord Shiva. Like our Aksharamana Mala, we have Bhagavan has strung. Aksharam means letters, Manam means marriage, Mala means garland. So marital garland of letters is what Bhagavan, he made it in alphabetical order. A, E, U, A, like that. A, E, E, U, A, like that. The whole, the entire government of Tamil letters, Bhagavan introduced and he composed. Like that, this Thevaram is not necessarily like Akshara. It is not based on Akshara. And it is based on, it's just a garland that is strung by some saints towards Lord Shiva. The foremost among the Thevaram saints are, one is Srinyana Sambandar, a young boy, a very young boy. He started composing at the age of, when he was 3 years old. He started composing these songs. And then we have Tirunavikkarasar, also known as Appar. Appar was a very old person. He lived to the age of about 90, and he composed songs. And Appar and Srinyana Sambandar, they were contemporaries. They had a lot of occasions they used to meet and they used to sing together. And then we have Sundaramurti Naina, Sundara, popularly known as. The Sundaram composed some Thevaram songs too in Petrograd. The Sundara is the foremost in a different sense, not in necessarily the sense of Thevaram song, but he is the one who compiled, who gave the backbone for all the 63 Nayanmars that are being celebrated in the Tamil Saivite system. There are 63 Nayanmars. You go to temple, you will see on the side, big temple, you see the statues of 63 Nayanmars. And these 63 Nayanmars, who are they? They were named by Sundaramurti Nayanar. Apart from singing, he also had sung about 100 songs. Apart from that, his life history is very, very interesting. We will go into that at some other point in time. He is the one who mentioned who are the 63 Saivite saints. So, and he sang a decade called Tirupundar. Tiru means again holiness. Tundar means servants of God. Tundar are servants or helpers, or it differs in context. Tavai means compilation. So Tirupundar Tavai was sung by Sundaramurti Nayanar. There he names all the 63 important Saivite saints. And then outside the 63 Nayanmar, there is another person called Manikavachakam. This Manikavachakam is the one who composed the Tirruvachakam, which is one of the most important Saivite compositions, composed of 51 decans, 51 songs of 10 lines each, or 10 stanzas. 10 stanzas is just name, but some may exceed much more than that. But they are called decans in general. So this was sung by Manikavachaya. And while Bhagavan's mother, Avagammal, when she dropped her mortal coils, Bhagavan and all the other people, all the who were there in Skandashram in the year 1922, 19th of May, all of them, according to the instruction of Bhagavan, sat around the gods and started chanting Tiruvachakam. And it took them, they started chanting by about 8 o'clock in the night or whatever, and it went on till 4 a.m. in the morning. And Bhagavan also joined them. Bhagavan also sat with them and chanted Tiruvachakam. So the whole, that is a sign, that's the importance of Tiruvachakam. Especially, it is chanted every time, especially when a person is just deceased. Immediately they chant Tiruvachakam because they want to ensure that Sivaloka Prapti is attained by the departed soul. So Bhagavan sang and all that. On the next morning, the morning of 20th, they all came down along with Bhagavan's and while they were chanting this, Kavi Kanta Ganapati and other Sanskrit scholars, they sat on another corner and they were chanting the Vedas. So this is how the night of Bhagavan's mother's demise was. And in the morning they brought the remains down to the ground and found an appropriate place and started the burying ceremony. And Bhagavan clearly noted that Bhagavan's mother has attained Sayujya, meaning she's not going to be born again, she's already gone, she's just already completed her whole karma, allotted karma, and so she is a saint, she is a jnani in that sense. So, a jnani or a saint or a sannyasi in our culture will not be cremated. They will have to be buried. So, and Bhagavan, and a lot of people said, how can you bury a woman and all that? Bhagavan said, absolutely, there is no pollution. Which means everything, all the karma is totally completed. So that is what he meant by saying that he used the word when there is no pollution. And so you have to bury. So they identified a proper place and buried the mortal remains. On top of it is what we see today as Matrubudeshwara, the temple. And Bhagavan instructed the temple should be consecrated on top of this burial place, this burial samadhi. And later it came a little later, but what they did was they put a thatched hut with just a small roof, and that was the beginning of what we see as Ramanashram today. That is the only thing, that is how Ramanashram was founded. And it all happened with the blessings of Bhagavan. And they put that small shed from that, and then whoever was staying up in Skandashram, they slowly started coming down and they started living in this thatched hut. And slowly, one by one, small improvements were made to that over a period of time. So this is how the current day's Ramanashram came. And since a couple of days ago was the 19th of May 2022, which means we are commencing the 100th year of establishment of the ashram, of Ramanashram. So there was it was decided by the ashram management as a celebration. We started with some auspiciousness, and then over a period of time, over a period of this entire year, to complete the 100th year, there will be a lot of events happening in the ashram, which the management will formulate and circulate the details, and from time to time some events will happen. So in order to start, it was decided that the most auspicious thing is we all started the entire ashram by chanting Tiruvachakam, so we should also do the same for the 100th year. And so it was invited, and I was there part of the chanting team, and while we chanted the whole thing on top of the hill in Skandashram. That is where Mother shed her mortal coils, and we all chanted. It took about a little over 5 hours to chant that. And the day after that, the night, that is the 28th night, we all assembled in front of Matrabhuteshwara in the temple, in the ashram, and we started chanting again at 8 p.m. and it went on till about 1:30 a.m. in the night. And so it was a very memorable event which took place recently in the ashram. And once that is over, now that the formalities are set, so the ashram will be doing more and more activities through the year. And thereafter, tomorrow as 24th is the actual Mahapuja, that is called as Mahapuja in the ashram. Mahapuja is nothing but celebrating the mother's Aradhana, the Aradhana day of the mother. On the 19th of May was the English calendar day, and 24th of May will be the date according to the Pancham, according to the Tithi, as we call it, based on the Pancham. So that is going to take place on 24th, chanting Tiruvachakam. So this is how Tiruvachakam is organized. This is what is known as Tiruvachakam. That is, there are 12 different cantos, if you can say that, of compositions. The first 6 or first 7 are called as Thevaram. The first 3 of the 7 was composed by Trinyana Sambandha, a young lad he started singing his first decade in a town called Sridhari near Chidambaram at the age of 3, when he was a 3-year-old boy. The mother Parvati came down and gave him Jnana Pal, which means the Jnana milk from her breast. She took it in a small cup and she fed the hungry Trinyana Sambandha under that. Immediately after that, he started his chanting. So he has chanted the first 3 part of the 12 cantos belongs to Trinyana Sambandha. And then the next 3 belongs to the person called Navikarasa, Tirruvachakarasa. It means, Tiru means once again auspiciousness, Naku, tongue, Sajihwa. The Naviku Arasa, which means the king of tongue. He had such a brilliant language flowing through his tongue. So he was called Tirunaviku Arasa, king of the tongue. And he composed the next 3 cantos. And the next one, his life story is again another very amazing one. And in the time to come, I've already made a video on the life of Trinyana Sambandha, Tirunavikarasa and Sundarabhuti Nayanar, which we had already screened a number of years ago in the ashramam on Sivaratri nights. And I'll share the link to the video. Everyone can have a look. I've given the voiceover commentary in English. It's a kind of a image sketched by a person called Dr. Padmini Kapali Murthy, who used to live in Chidambaram. And she had made. So we have removed that voiceover and other things. And what we have done is we have given an English voiceover, so that the larger population can understand. So we have made Tirunavikarasa and Trinyana Sambandha's life history. They are about an hour. They run to about an hour, the whole life history video. And then Sundaramurthy Nayanar, who composed the 7th part of the 7th canto. And his life story is very, very interesting. And that video runs to about 2 hours. And so I think we have posted them in YouTube, or if not, I can immediately do that and I can share the link so that you can understand the life history. And in between, what we have done is, as soon as some important, for example, when they were all traveling sets, they used to go to all the important Saivite kshetras in Tamil country and in Deccan and some of them have been into North India also. Up to Gokarnam, all of them have gone. And beyond that also some people have gone. So whenever we reach, whenever they reach any temple, we used to take a break from that and then immediately we used to show the temple. all the details, including almost all, or in fact all, we have shown the sanctorium, we have shown the Mulasthanam of the lingam of Lord Shiva, and the Mulasthanam of Parvati, then all the tirthams that is there in the temple, and generally what the important salient aspects of the temple. And then, as I told you, the seventh canto was sung by Sundaramurti Nayanar. And these seven are collectively called as Thevaram. Thevaram is, Deva is Lord, and Aram in Tamil means garland. So garland are songs to God. And then the eighth canto is called Tirruvachakam. The Tirruvachakam is very unique, very different from all this. In a sense, it is sung by a saint called Manikka Vachakar. The Manikka Vachakar was a name given by Lord Shiva to this person. He was originally called Vadavura. Vadavur is the name of the town near Madurai, just about in today's terms, just in outskirts in the city of the town of Madurai, and the place is called Vadavur, and hence he hails from that wood. He is called Vadavura. So that is a name given by his parents to him, and he was in quest to find Lord Shiva. He was not to find Lord Shiva. He was a very bright, studied youth, and there are a lot of confusions in terms of why are we doing all this? Why are we doing these rituals? Why is this really necessary? All that, quite a bit of confusion. But he was a very pious, highly pious, and he used to go to the Shiva temple every day and all that. But he had a lot of questions about these rituals, why we are doing all these rituals and all that. And so and his parents were also equally pious, and they were doing quite a lot of this homam and all that as well. And he used to, whenever all these taking place, the chief priest used to come and do that. And Manikka Vachakar, through Madhavura at that time, he was not that Manikka Vachakar at that time. Madhavura used to ask them quite a lot of questions, and these the chief priests who were conducting the officiating the events were not adequately able to satisfactorily answer his questions. So it was like he was sort of studying quite a bit of other literatures or other religion. Everything he was a master of everything, and he had a lot of confusion. But at that time, the king of Madurai, as he called it, the Pandya kingdom, it is called. The king of Pandya kingdom, he came to know about the highly capable nature of Father Vira, and came and saw him once somewhere, and decided he has to be the minister of the entire kingdom. So he offers him the ministership, the chief ministership of the entire kingdom, and he was appointed as the and Vadavura at the time he takes charge as a chief minister of the kingdom, and he was doing a very good job of it because he was highly qualified, highly talented, and he was setting out a lot of whatever small issues he was setting one by one. And while all this was happening, the king had some information from his team saying that their cavalry, that is the horse force of the kingdom, is slightly old, slightly aged, and it's not going to, if there is a war, we're going to be really lacking on that front, we're going to have a problem. So we need to do something about the horses that we have in our armed forces. And so they all convene and have a discussion. And at that time, one of the spies from the eastern coast of Tamil Nadu comes and says that a big ship containing quite a lot of horses from the Arabian region, which is known for the best horses, is arriving in a couple of days, and maybe we can go there and purchase high quality horses. So the king entrusts the chief minister Vadavura with and at that time he was given a very important title called Thevaram Brahmarayan. Brahmarayan is Brahman because he hailed from a Brahmin family called from a Brahmin family of Amatya clan, Amatya clan. So he was called Thevaram Brahmarayan. Thevaram means south. Then in Tamil is south. Vada is north. Kinakku is east and Merku is west. So Terku is the short form of that. Then Brahmarayan is the one who is knowledgeable in Brahma Vidya. So they gave him the title Thevaram Brahmarayan. And then he was asked to go to the east coast and buy the horses and bring it from the so he was given quite a lot of the wealth from the coffers of Pandya kingdom, and he sets forth on his journey to east of the kingdom. That part of the kingdom was ruled by this clan called Cholas. There are three main things called Cholas, Cheras, and Pandyas in Tamil kingdom. Pandyas are the one in and around Madurai and the big region, and Cholas are the one around Chidambaram, Tanjavur, and those places who are there in the current day, in the modern day Kerala kingdom. The Kerala was all part of Tamil Nadu then, Tamil kingdom. So they were ruling that part of the. So he saw, and while he was going, he was still always his mind was while he was doing his duty, whatever his mind was mind was full of doubts about what he had during that day. About all these religious rituals, about why we are doing so many things, who is Lord, who is Shiva, all that was on top of his mind. So he reaches this place called Tirumurai on the way. Tirumurai is, I don't know if I can, Tiru is again auspiciousness. Tirumurai is big city, big city. So he reaches that place. There is a Shiva temple. And there he sees a person sitting under a tree and teaching about 100 students about a lot of literature, about philosophy and all that he was sitting. So this Vadavura happened to listen a little bit to what they were talking about. What is the moment he was standing behind, hiding and listening, a lot of doubts that he had in mind were being addressed. He was surprised as to why all these doubts are getting. He did not even ask any question. What situation was so? So a lot of his doubts were one by one getting addressed, and he felt he should go and meet the person. So he goes forward, meets the person there, who was the guru who was teaching all these people, and then falls in his feet and says, "This is what is a scene, and I'm traveling." And for some purpose, and I happen to listen, and I'm very happy that my doubts are getting clarified. And he asked more questions, and all of them are getting very satisfactory. All through his youth, all through his years, he was having all the doubts that he had. One by one, when he was placing the doubts, they were getting clarified. This was surprising to Bhagavan. So what he did was, he immediately fell at the feet of the Guru. He said, "Take me as your Shishya. Take me. I'm here. I'm here for you for the entire life." And he fell in the feet. And the Guru put his feet on top of the head of Manikya of Madhavura and said, blessed it, and gave him the Pada Diksha. Pada means feet. Pada Diksha was given after that. And he felt very happy. And he just forgot the mission of going there to buy horses. And he started getting the Guru and started doing seva for the Guru. He was very happy. He was doing that. And suddenly the people from the kingdom realized what has happened. We have not heard that from Madhavura. He's gone long ago. And he's not to be seen. And no horses have come back. What is it? And so the king dispatches quite a lot of his people to find out Madhavura. And some of them then they were able to see him in this temple, sitting under the Guru's feet and doing all this. And he had already shed all his ministerial clothes and everything. He was just wearing one small cowpea and kind of a small loin cloth around his hip. And he had transferred his hair, everything. Wearing Rudraksha in his head and all that, and he was sitting happily under the Guru's feet and doing seva for the Guru. This was observed and noticed, and the whole thing was reported to the king. The king got a little upset, and he sent forth a big team to bring Madhavura back to the kingdom to find out what it is. So the king's people came and come and meets him, comes there to Tirumurai and meets Bhagavan and tells him this is what the king is very upset with you. This is what is the scene. You have to immediately come along with us. He said, so wait a little. And then he goes and has a dialogue with this Guru. The Guru immediately said, no problem, you go along with them. But then he says, I have come in a mission to buy horses, and whatever money I brought in from the horses, I have spent in renovating the temple of this town and making it big and all that. I don't have either money, no horses, and my commitment is totally gone. I've missed my commitment. He immediately releases Guru and he goes. He goes off along with everything and meets the king and tells him, no, all these people have not given me right information. I've made arrangement for everything, and on night as you will visit all the houses with people. And everybody, and the king was very convinced that the minister is capable of arranging. He will not bluff or whatever, and they were all waiting for the auspicious day. On that day, they were all waiting, and suddenly the king started. The king came out and saw there was a huge battalion of horses galloping inside the town of inside the city of Tirumurai. A big battalion was galloping, and there was a very, very handsome man who was riding the main horse, and leading the entire pack into the city. And he comes down, he meets the king, and he says, I'm the one who thought I was commissioned by your minister to bring all these horses, and he hands over all the horses, and all the horses were tied in the stable, and all of them were very high quality horses, as everybody could certify them. And then he immediately gives all instruction about the horses, all the details, and he leaves. And the king was very happy. And that night, when the horses were tied in the stable, and this person leaves, the horseman leaves, suddenly there's a lot of howling in the whole city. Huge amount of howling, like how foxes used to howl in the night. And everybody was surprised, what is happening? Where is this sound coming from? It's very strange. We have never heard this. And then people who are taking care of the horses in the horse shed, they all come rushing to the king and the court, and summons the court. The king summons all the ministers, and these people inform that all the house. Immediately the king comes and understands that some trick has taken place, and he immediately puts Bhagavan behind the bars, and he was jailed. And he says, you have tricked us, we don't know what is happening. And so he is put behind the bars. And then the king they started torturing this man until he says, until you tell me what the truth is, we will not be released. And so all this was, and so Manikavasika was deeply contemplating upon the law, and he already knew that the guru who was giving him all the lessons and who brought the horses is none other than Lord Shiva, who has come for his sake in form of a human flag. And so what happened? He prayed to the Lord, and the Lord immediately what he did was he created a huge flood in the river Vaigai, which flows in Madurai even today. The river was flooding to the bank and was breaching the banks, overflowing, and the cities were slowly getting flooded. When this was reported to the king immediately said, we need to somehow contain the flood. So he asked all the citizens of Madurai, saying that each one should dig so much of earth and put there in the tank bottom, so that we will protect the kingdom from the flooding, and we'll build a dam kind of. So everybody started in the work, and when it came to the part of an old lady who used to make what is known as puttu. Puttu is a kind of I don't know how to explain. It's a kind of a food. No, it's not like that. It will be like very, very. It won't be a soft. If you touch it, it can go into small powder kind of a thing. It's more popular in Kerala country.
Steamed flour recipe.
Yeah. It's a flour recipe which is sort of held into a mold. Steamed. Yes. That That is correct. Steamed. It's steamed. It's a steamed recipe. So she was making this puttu for living, and she was selling that and living. She had no one to help to go, but every citizen had to do their part in building the fund to avoid the flood. And when it came to her turn, she had no one. So she was telling the people from the court, the people from the king's team, saying that she has no one, and they said, no, we have no choice, you have to come and do the job. Everybody has to do. So she prayed, and a young man at the time was walking around with a small with a small shawl in his hand, and he said, I can do the job for you if you want to, but I'm very hungry, just feed me. You don't need to give me any money or whatever. No, I'm not looking for that, but I'm very hungry. Give me some food. So immediately she was very happy. She brought him in and she started giving him a lot of this puttu. The puttu, for whatever reason, was not sticking together that night. It was coming into small. It was breaking up. And this man said, I have no problem about that. I can eat. I'm very hungry. All I need is some food. So she gave him lot. He was eating. How much ever she gave. He was eating. Finally he said, I'm fine. I'm done. He ate it. And then he said, give me some. I will take it in my cloth. And while I'm doing the job in between, I eat some. So she gives me quite a lot. And he goes about and he starts doing. But he was very, very lazy. He was not doing any job. He was just sitting. He used to just do one part, and then he used to sit and start singing some village folk songs and other things. And he was reported to the king. The king, on his routine visit, he came and he asked him. And he said he was completely out of control. Nobody could do anything about it. Then what happened was the king immediately said, you either do your job or you're going to be punished. He did not bother. The king lifted the chain from his wherever he kept it, and he started hitting this man. The moment the king gave one blow on this man, the entire population of Pandya kingdom felt the pain. Felt like as though they were hit by the king, including the king. King was looking something. He's hitting. This man was laughing. He did not have any. He was laughing around, but everybody was suffering from pain. He hit him few times. The king hit him few times, and all the time, everybody around was crying out the pain, including the king himself. He realized something is not on. Something is wrong. And then that man was laughing, and then he showed his true form of Lord, of the Lord. It's nothing but the Lord who has come due to the prayers of Tirruvachakam to appease the flood and to help this old lady who was a staunch devotee of Shiva. So both were done, and he showed. And then the man, the Lord, he says, immediately release Tirruvachakam, the Vadavura, from the prison. You all don't know about what he's capable of, what he is. And immediately arrangements were done in such a way that he was released from the prison, and all of them, including the king, apologized to him profusely and asked him to continue, requested him to continue as the minister. He said, no, my sojourn as the minister of Pandya kingdom is over. Now I have no other job other than to sing on my Lord, other than to be of service to my Lord Shiva. And the king agreed. He said, no, thank you, I will understand. And he releases him from his duty, and he goes out and he starts singing this Tirruvachakam. That is the origin of Tirruvachakam. Why I am saying the entire story is Bhagavan once had the opportunity to, was asked by Surya Nagamagaru to explain what is the significance of this Tirruvachakam we are all singing from time to time. And that is when Bhagavan narrated the story. I narrated the whole story. He elaborately narrated the story to his to the people who are assembled in the hall. And he said, this is how Tirruvachakam came about, and it's extremely important for all of us from time to time to chant Tirruvachakam. Bhagavan always used to love Tirruvachakam, and even during when a lot of questions were asked, he used to quote frequently from Tirruvachakam, mainly from Tirruvachakam and songs of Thayu Manavan. These two he used to quote quite a bit, and then Thevaram he used to quote whenever the occasion arose. So such was the regard Bhagavan had for Tirruvachakam. After that, the Manikavachakar, the Lord gave him the name. You are from now on not Radhavura, you are Manika Vachakar. Manika means rubies, the precious stone, Manika in Tamil. Vachakam means words, or what comes out of your tongue. Words, they are called. So your gem of words are going to come out of your mouth, so you are called Manika Vachakar from today onwards. So from there on, his name was, he became Manika Vachakar, and he went to a few temples. He's singing in praise of the Lord, and finally stayed in Chidambaram, in the temple town of Chidambaram, in the Tamil country, and he composed quite a lot. He finished all his composition, and then finally one day the Lord comes in a disguise and says, I've heard you that you have composed a lot of songs in the name of our Lord, and can you share it with me? Can you tell me what the songs are? If you remember all of them. He said, no problem. Come, sit in my house. He will sit in his thatched house. He had made a small hut for himself outside the town. And that night, he started singing all the songs one by one. And the man, the Brahmin, he started taking notes. He wrote, as Manika Vachakar was singing, he took notes of all the songs that he had sung. And the night was over, and the next morning, this man places the entire whatever he wrote in palm leaf in front of Lord Nataraja in Chidambaram, and then he goes up. The next morning, the priest of the temple who opens the door on a routine basis and finds something is there in the door. They take it and see. See, there was a lot of writing, about 51 poems composed by Manika Vachakar, and in the end, there was a seal saying that Tiruchitrambalam Udayan. Tiruchitrambalam is the place, is the name for Chidambaram. Chitrambalam. Chitru Ambalam. Ambalam is temple. Chitrambalam is Chit Ambalam, which means heart. Tiruchit Ambalam Udayan. Udayan means the owner. Udayan is always an owner. Tiruchitrambalam Udayan, which means nothing but Lord Nataraja. So these people saw that and they were taken aback as to what it is, and then they set forth to find out who composed this, who is this, who came and kept, they don't know, and who composed it, they had no idea. And so they sent people, and they were able to find out Manika Vachakar. They brought them to the temple, and they said, what is, we don't know. Manika Vachakar also did not know at the time that the Lord has done all this. The Lord is the one who took notes, or who took the dictations, and who wrote down all this. And so they asked, this is what has happened. And so they all read that, and it was ecstatic in its meanings. And so they asked Manika Vachakar to explain the meaning of all this. We don't understand quite a bit of it. It's cryptic. A lot of places it's cryptic. And the Lord himself has written it. So we want you to explain the whole thing to us one by one. He said, there is nothing, no explaining for this. Absolutely no explaining. The only meaning for this is simple. He just placed everything down, straight walked right into the Nataraja image, idol in the Chidambaram temple, and disappeared. So disappeared right into the Lord Nataraja. And these people understood, this is the whole thing. And so from there on, this is the story of how Tirruvachakam, they named it, the whole thing, collection was named as Tirruvachakam, the sacred rendition. So, and Bhagavan was very fond of it from time to time. A lot of people in ashram used to sing in front of Bhagavan, some small portions of that, and Bhagavan used to really appreciate them and encourage them to keep on with the ways of Tiruvachakam. This is how Tiruvachakam came about, and this is what we sang in the ashram a couple of days ago. 2 times we sang, one on Skandashramam on the hill, and the next day we sang in front of Matrabudeshwara shrine in our ashram. And so it was a big day in front of Matrabudeshwara, and we all chanted, went on through the night. And like how it happened during Bhagavan's mother's time when she shed her corpse. So this is something that happened. I wanted to share this with you because the reason for sharing the whole detail is Bhagavan is very fond of Tirruvachakam. Bhagavan has always talked very high about Tirruvachakam. So he thought I thought it should be appropriate to start today. This is only